In cities across the country, young and mostly unemployed Iraqis are directing their anger at officialdom. They blame the government for failing to create jobs. The authorities' heavy-handed response to the protests only increases their resentment.
We are peaceful, but they meet us with bullets and tear gas. The government is fighting us, but we will carry on. We will not retreat.
University graduate Mustafa Heel is working as a shopkeeper to make ends meet.
There's corruption everywhere. My wife graduated from the same college as me. She's unemployed. There's no work, and that's because of corruption in the government. They promise, but they never deliver.
2 years after the end of the war against the so-called Islamic State terror group, there's little sign of any peace dividend. 1 in 4 young Iraqis are out of work. Basic services like water and electricity are unreliable. Hospitals, roads and schools all lack funding.
Young people have no jobs and no money. The country is taking money from abroad, but it doesn't benefit our own people. We are very tired.
We say those who are corrupt should go. We are protesting for our rights.
Even the government admits the protesters are right to demand an end to corruption. The Prime Minister is proposing a new law granting families a basic income. That may not be enough to end the unrest in the short term.
Iraqi journalist Amir Moussaoui is now in the studio to talk about the situation in the country. Good morning to you, Amir.
Morning.
Nice to see you again. You're back about a week now from Iraq. What triggered these protests? Did you have a sense they were coming when you were over there?
You know, they have a clear demands. They just want to reducing the unemployment, especially with that people has been graduated from the college, from the universities, and also fighting or ending the corruption which is spread over Iraqi institution in the government. And beside of that, the public service, like simple things, hospitals, garbage, electricity, water, and so on. We should not forget that Iraq spent from 2005 till now about $450 billion for that sectors, and nothing happened really.
Those are some incredible numbers, 450 billion. You know, when you look at these protests and how quickly they've spread across the country, you know, there's a big question, can the Iraqi government survive this level of protest?
I think it depends on what's going to happen today and tomorrow in the next 24 hours. I think the most important thing, what is going to happen today in the Friday with the speech of Marja'iyya, the religious leader in Najaf, whether they are going to give him a last chance to survive for Mr. Prime Minister Abdul-Mahdi. And the second thing is also the protesters coming from the political part of Muqtada as-Sadr, also a religious leader, which also participating in the government. What are they going to do? I think the next 48 hours, it's really very important whether the government is going to respond or not. We should wait.
Okay, now, when we say these protests have spread across the country, they spread across the mainly Shia areas. So far, the Sunni and the Kurds have not been joining in these protests. Why is that?
For the Sunni cities, they are really tired from the fighting against Islamic State, so-called Islamic State. And the second, also, the allegation, if they go to the streets, there is allegation that they could support the Islamic State and they won't come back. That's why there is calm in that cities. The second, and also the Kurds, they have almost public services. In the end of the day, the Shia in the south cities, they were the main player in the war against Islamic State. And they wait 2 years after that battle in Mosul and so on, just to enhancing that situation. Nothing happened.
Okay, Amir Moussaoui, great to see you again. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.